Hello everyone, my name is Rudy and I'm a recovering people pleaser. I know it sounds funny, but trust me, if there's anyone out there who's a people pleaser or seen people who are people pleaser, it extremely sucks. It's so debilitating. You're trying to do so many things in life, but at the same time, you're just trying to get approval from other people. You're trying to make everyone else comfortable around you. When it's all said and done though, you're the sad one. Now this is not to say to just be an and just be rude and mean to everyone. But you need to understand at the same time, you cannot control how other people feel. You cannot control whether they like you or not. And that's why in this video, guys, I want to discuss a book that I had read so many times because it's so inspirational and it helps me out throughout life so much, which is The Courage to Be Disliked. This book is a philosophical self-help book and is based on the philosophy of Alfred Adler. Guys, the reason why I love this book is because it gives a dialogue from an old school philosopher with a young man who was struggling with the fact of he cannot deal with the issues of being disliked. And the fact that he was struggling with that made him so unhappy and so miserable, which sounds like me in my 20s. Now listen guys, I'm gonna tell you sorry up front, okay? Because I'm bad with reading names, but I have to say the names of the actual authors to give them credit because the book is awesome. And they're Japanese. Is Ichiro Kishimi? Not bad, I think I did good. Here's the hard one. From the take Koga. I'm bad with names, guys. I'm sorry, that was my attempt for the authors out there. I'm sorry, but they are awesome. The book is amazing. Now listen, there's one thing about this book I want to tell you before I get into the video, which is you can read the book, which is awesome, but I love the audiobook. Okay, with the audiobook, it has the whole conversation and it feels like a podcast. It has different voices from the philosopher to the young man. It's just excellent in the way they have the conversation and it's really easy to follow through. So with that being said, guys, is reading an audiobook reading or is it listening? I don't know, but to me guys, I think it's reading and I'm gonna say reading and I'm sticking to it. So in this video guys, I'm gonna give you the 7 key takeaways that I got from this book that helped me out tremendously, especially with doing content creation or just starting my own side hustle or just really flat out not giving a about what people say about me anymore. The first key takeaway that I got from this book, guys, I want to share is this. Happiness comes from interpersonal relationship. You see, most of the problems that we have within our life is having interpersonal relationships, whether it's with a friend or a spouse who is annoying and always nagging. Okay, I'm only kidding about that. And I love my wife dearly, but you get what I'm saying. People do get on your nerves and you have to understand, guys, you cannot control them. You cannot let their unhappiness or the ability to piss you the hell off cause you to be unhappy throughout your whole damn day. Because trust me, it's always going to ruin your day if you allow other people's emotions to control yours. You need to understand you cannot control other people's feelings and their emotions and their thoughts about you. AKA, if they dislike you, that's their issue. You cannot spend all your days trying to resolve someone else's issues and explain to them that you're a nice person and you shouldn't be disliked. So with that being said, guys, the key to happiness is focusing on yourself. I personally do it on meditations, I do it on long walks to myself, and I say to myself some positive things and give myself some words of encouragement. I always tell myself, you could do anything you want to do. Just go ahead and do it. Don't worry about what people say, what people do. Because if you notice, most people who are extremely successful in anything they do, they really don't care about what other people say. They don't spend so much time focusing on negative comments, focusing on whether they're being liked or not. Because there's one thing that I learned, especially with doing content creation, which is the reason why I started doing content creation, was the fact of putting myself out there and being vulnerable and understanding I cannot control what people say about me. But what they say about me, whether they think it's true or not, it doesn't matter. If I have an opinion, I cannot stop them from having their opinion. People put comments on my videos saying they don't like certain things that I do. That's okay. I don't care. I'm going to keep on pushing. The second takeaway I got from this book is the separation of tasks. Guys, in life, everyone has their own task. Everyone has their own path. And unfortunately, some people's task is to do what? To hate on you, to be negative, to tell you you cannot do the things that you want to do. That's okay. That's their task. That's their belief. Stay away from those people and focus on your own task. You see, you're not responsible for those people whatsoever. That's their life. They can live it however they want to live it. And a lot of the unhappiness that we get from our lives is we keep on trying to put ourselves in other people's tasks. Everyone wants to have so much friends, be so involved in everyone else's life except for their own. But they don't know and you don't recognize. I'm the same way is that everyone else's life now, they control your own life. And that's something that you never want in your life because you will never find happiness. And trust me, we're going through this right now in life, whether you're a MAGA or a liberal, or Republican or Democrat, it doesn't matter, guys, really. If that is someone's belief in whatever political party they believe in, that's their thing. Leave them alone, stay away from it, and just focus on your own task, which is being happy, building wealth, getting financial freedom, being brave, being courageous. Do you. This is your path, your task, own it, and do not let anyone interfere with it. The third key takeaway that I got from the book is this: the desire for the recognition trap. Everyone wants to be recognized. Look all over social media. People post continuously, look at my vacation, look at me, look at me. Social media is all about look at me. The problem with that is this: if you post something on social media or you tell somebody some good news and you do not like the way they respond to it, if you post something on social media and people don't give as much likes, people don't comment on social media, it's gonna make you feel like you're not worthy. It's gonna make you feel like you're not good enough, only because you're seeking recognition from other people. And this one, my friends, is a hard one because I always seek recognition. You see, to me, I always wanted to just be someone that you could rely on, someone that could make you happy, could bring comfort in your life. That was like my whole life purpose, and that was miserable. My God, that was a miserable situation. But that was my whole life purpose. I always like being a people pleaser. But what comes with that is I was feeding off of the recognition. I was feeding off of people saying, you're a nice person, you're a good person, you're always there for me. But the problem with that is, guys, is then when you don't hear her no more, you just feel miserable. AKA my wife saying all the sweet things she said to me when we first got married. Now it's just, it's a man's job. Do it. I'm only kidding. I love my wife. But with that being said, you falling into the recognition trap is one of the most dangerous things that people do. And unfortunately, guys, that's what social media is all about. People falling into that trap, we're continuously trying to seek recognition, whether it's from the relationships that they're in, or their family members, or from people in the outside. And now with social media, as you know, that is global. So trying to get that is gonna be impossible. So if you want true freedom in your life, recognize it's gonna come without recognition. You do things because you wanna do it for yourself. If it makes you feel good, it makes you feel happy, and it makes you feel positive, do it. Do not seek outside recognition. The fourth key takeaway that I got from this book is this: you can change at any moment. That's something, my friends, that people struggle with the most, and I see that time and time again. You grow up in your 20s, broke, in your 30s, broke, and you feel like that's it. The rest of your life, you're gonna be broke. I hear people say this all the time. They blame the fact that the reasons why they're broke is because of something in high school, which is financial literacy, that was never taught to them. Or their parents never taught them financial literacy. Guys, that happened when you was a kid and you were a teenager, most likely living under your parents' roof. Okay, they didn't teach you that. But you cannot be 45, 50 years old still complaining about the fact that you weren't taught financial literacy as a teenager. We need to get over it. You have all this years, all this information to finally make that switch. At any moment, guys, you could become someone tremendously completely different from what you are now. I have this belief: if you never save in your whole entire life, the day you decide to put $100 in your savings account, from that day going forward, guess what you are? You are a saver. From what happened in the past doesn't matter. If you open up a Fidelity account and you start investing, from that day going forward, you are an investor. The day you go to the gym, from that day going forward, you are a gym going, loving, hitting weights, treadmill running, elliptical swaying, Stairmaster walking individual. So never forget that, guys. Don't give up all your power to the past. Give all your power to your current self and to your future. That's what you need to focus on. Every single day, focus on the now and what you could do today and how to make your future a lot better. The fifth key takeaway I got from this book is this: the goal in life really is contribution. If you want to be happier in life, guys, you really gotta learn how to contribute. You cannot be someone who just hoards things in and do things for yourself. It gets to a point, guys, you need to do stuff for other people as well, which is really hard because it's a balance, right? The whole time I struggled with being a people pleaser. So when I read that, I was like, wait a minute, I'm trying to stop to become a people pleaser. Why would I want to be someone contributing? Because the hard thing about that is, if you see someone that's thankful or appreciative, sometimes you start contributing, donating, and doing things for the wrong reason. You're doing it for recognition. But I was learning that's not always going to be the case. For example, I do YouTube videos and I do it because I'm trying to contribute some information out there that could be helpful for some people. But at the same time, deep down inside, I just like doing it for myself. I love doing content. I love sharing information. I find a lot of joy of just being able to just contribute and get something away. Because let's be honest, most of our lives, all we're doing is focusing on buying a house, getting a car, going on vacation. Everything is I. It's pretty cool, guys, when you get to a certain point where you could just help other people out, whether financially or just by giving information away. Because there's nothing worse in life, guys, where you feel like you're just useless. You want to be as useful as possible. Isn't that what Arnold Schwarzenegger said? I think he said that in one of his books where he was like, just be useful. That's it. Wherever you are, just do something to contribute. Just help. There's always something that you can do to make someone else's life better, especially if it's something that you know and you know they're lacking with. And if you notice, the people who usually just contribute are usually the people who are really wealthy in society or happy. The sixth key takeaway I got from this, and this one was a hard one because I'm a really competitive person, is to don't live life in competition. Now, I am a highly competitive person. Throughout high school, actually throughout middle school, when I was playing sports, I was extremely competitive. I hated losing. And that mentality, I thought from back in my days, I'm 43 years old, so growing up is all about working hard and being the top of the food chain and being the number one person in your job. That is the way you get recognized, and that's the way you become successful, and that's the way you win. But throughout time, I started to recognize, that's a crab in a bucket mentality, thinking just because someone else made it doesn't mean now I got to pull them down a peg and try to become better than them. Because if you live a life also in competition, there's always going to be a winner and a loser. So yes, you might win one race, but then technically there's someone else that's above you. So you're always going to feel like you're a loser, you're chasing. The best way to approach it, and I said in the book as well, is recognize that say if you're both walking, one walks faster than the other, but you're walking as well. You're still walking towards the same path, right? Yes, someone is faster than you, but you're still walking towards the same path. And if you turn around, there's someone behind you that's following you as well. As long as you're moving into the right direction, that's all that matters. Now, I hate that because I'm highly competitive and I highly get motivated of competition. But I did recognize that a lot of my unhappiness was coming at the fact of I kept on comparing myself to other people, saying, I want to be that person. I want to get to that point. And all the little success that I've been gaining now, I feel like it's not enough. I don't sit back and acknowledge my accomplishments because I'm too focused on someone else's success. And the 7 key takeaway that I got from this book is this: unhappiness, guys, is a choice. Now, this one was a bit controversial, and even in the book, they had the conversation was saying, what if someone grew up in poverty? What if someone grew up in a life of abuse? I'm not going to ruin the book for you guys, but you should definitely check it out. That's an interesting conversation to have. But when it's all really said and done, guys, your happiness is a choice. The reason why I feel like happiness is a choice, and this is something I discovered in my life as well, is sometimes you take a step back and you recognize you keep on hitting yourself on the wall trying to be a people pleaser. You keep on trying to argue with people. You keep on trying to just prove your point. And if someone doesn't agree with you, you're just going to become automatically unhappy. Well, at that moment, you can say to yourself, you know what? Screw it. I'm not going to keep on being a people pleaser. I'm not going to keep on arguing with people. And instantly in that moment, guys, you're a lot happier. That's really how simple it is. Trying to chase things and blaming things in the past and things that happen and continuously say, it's their fault, it's their fault, it's their fault. Just turn your fingers around and point to yourself and say, okay, what can I do about it? The way I think of it is like this. People want to complain all the time because of their miseries. People want to complain all the time about why they're broke. People want to complain all the time why they're not getting raises. So all they want to do is just blame someone. Well, what if one day everyone just agrees with you? Everyone agrees with you. Yes, the reason why you're broke is because of this politician or this administration or whatever the case may be, or corporational greed, whatever. That's the reason. Fine. You wake up the next day, nothing changes. Why? Because yes, you blame someone, that's great, but what are you going to do to make things better? And that's what people struggle with the most. I did as well. Like, you recognize you're spending way too much time just blaming and saying this and saying that. And the reason why I'm not rich is because of this and because of that. But maybe if I stop doing this, no, you just throw that out the window, focus on yourself, and you recognize instantly you will find happiness. Blaming other people and blaming other external stuff is not going to bring you happiness. We already know that. But just accepting it and saying, this is the way it is. I might have to pivot in life sometimes, right? Or sometimes in life I might have to change completely whatever it is that I'm doing. And pivoting is just part of life. You gotta accept the fact that you cannot just be stagnant your whole life, and once things start shifting and changing, you don't want to change and you want to be stubborn and you're gonna blame things on everyone else. When the time shift, you shift. That's the only way to learn and grow. So there it is, guys. Those are the 7 key takeaways that I got from this awesome book. And I'm telling you, man, every few months, especially when I'm feeling down and out, throw that audio book in and I start listening to it, whether I'm going on a walk, I'm laying down, and man, the conversations that they're having is so impactful and so life-changing. That's why I highly recommend that you read that book. Go ahead, get it in the library or just download the audiobook, whatever the case may be. Some libraries actually have the audiobook so you get it for free. You don't have to pay anything, which is a whole lot better. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take the time to hit the like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys on my next video. Peace.